All right, so we're going to start in a seated position. Sukhasana, if you like Sukhasana, but really any seat that allows you to sit up nice and tall and you just feel comfortable in your body. Cool, so take a second to just find your way into your comfortable seated position. And then if it feels okay to do so right away, just close your eyes down. Take a couple of settling breaths. And then right away, as your physical body starts to settle in, if you've worked out all your little wiggles and you're feeling good and happy in your seat, tune in and just notice your mind. Notice the thoughts that are running through your head. And if there's none, that's awesome. And if you have some, just allow them to be. No need to pass any judgment on them. Just allow your thoughts to pass in and out, but take a moment to just notice where your mind is at this morning. And then as you're doing that work, as you're just kind of tuning in and seeing where your mind is at, add a little movement and breath. Inhale and let your shoulders just drift up towards your ears, and exhale, let your shoulders lower down. Still just trying to notice where your mind is at this morning. If your mind is feeling a little chatter or just thoughts passing in, or if you have a little to-do list in front of you, some things you need to address, just kind of notice what's going on. On your next inhale, as your shoulders lift up towards your ears, just hold them there for a minute. So let your neck be a little scrunched up. Maybe your face is even a little scrunched up. Just allow that little bit of tension to be held in the side of your neck and your shoulders. Take one more moment here, just allowing everything to be a little bit scrunched up. And then with a soft exhale, just let your shoulders melt down. And then we're just going to start to tick-tock the head side to side. So drop ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Doesn't need to be full range of motion, doesn't need to be extreme. Just allow your head to gently move side to side. Tune in and notice how your neck is feeling. Notice your shoulders. But then notice your hands. So wherever your hands are holding on, if they've taken up a death grip and they're holding on super tight to your knees, maybe let your hands be soft, which might change the range of motion in your head. Take one more little tick-tock of the head side to side. And then as your head comes to center, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Set an intention here to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never doing anything that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. With that intention set, if you're wearing glasses, I'll recommend taking your glasses off, just set them somewhere safe, and then we're going to fire up the palms. So we're going to rub the palms together, get them nice and warm. And then once you feel like you've created a nice little bit of heat or energy in your palms, it's going to be heels of the hands to the eyes. So when you feel ready, get those palms nice and hot, and then take the heels to your eyes. Bow your head just a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Take 2 more cycles of breath here, just allowing your eyes to rest in your hands. And then as you release your hands, keep your eyes closed down if you can. Just notice that fresh filtered light that comes in behind the eyelids. If you took your glasses off, take a second to put them back on. And then once your glasses are back on, gently open your eyes, and we're going to start to turn the head side to side. Nothing major, so you don't have to go extreme. Doesn't even need to be full range of motion. But as you turn your head, you're going to let your eyes move with you. So eyes are going to turn as the head turns. Or eyes are going to turn in the same direction. I should say it that way too. Nice. Take one more turn of the head side to side and then bring your head back to center. And now you're going to find a point that you can focus your gaze. So eyes are going to rest on a single point. Your eyes are going to stay looking at your single point, and then you're going to turn your head side to side. So that might change your range of motion because we want to keep our eyes fixed on that single point. Keep your eyes fixed, turn your head side to side. You might want to slow down so you can keep and maintain that fixed point of your eyes. Keep your eyes fixed on that single point. Turn your head to the left. Hold your head to the left. Hold that single point with your focused gaze. Take a nice deep breath in. Eyes are going to stay open if you can stand it. Slow breath out. Keep your fixed gaze. Turn your head in the other direction just as far as feels right. Once you're there, focus your gaze. Keep that head turned. Come back to your breath. Nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more breath. And then return your head to center. And now we're going to take it into some dynamic side bends. So one hand's going to touch down and then take it right over to the other side. You're just going to go with a range of motion that feels good to you this morning. If you've got anything going on with your shoulder and it's feeling a little cranky, you might choose to take it up towards the armpit rather than reaching the arm up and overhead. So any movement here that feels good, what we want to find is just a little waking up through the side body, creating some space in the ribs and a little stretch or waking up of the muscles along the side and the obliques. Nice. Take one more time each side, and then we're going to take it right to center, and the left hand's going to reach over and across, reach to the right shoulder, drop your elbow down so you get that little bit of a half hug. Tuck your chin to your chest. Notice the back of your neck. Notice the space between your shoulder blades. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. If it feels okay to do so, you're going to take little tiny gentle nods of the head. So not even full range of motion. Keeping your head slightly down, just a little tiny nod up and down. One more little nod up and down, and then bring your head to a neutral position, and we're going to switch that little half hug. So the right hand's going to reach over to the left shoulder, elbow's going to drop down, and once you found your way there, tuck your chin down to your chest, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then if it feels good, add that little nod of the head up and down. Super small range of motion here. Awesome. One more little micro nod of your head up and down, and then bring your head to a neutral position. We're going to move right into a seated twist. So now right hand's just going to reach a little further towards the left knee. Left hand's going to sweep behind you. Think about getting nice and tall here as you breathe in. Take one more breath. Move through center and take your twist over to the other side. Take one more breath. Return to center, and then we're going to take it right into a seated cat-cow. Inhale as you lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale to round your back, round your shoulders, tuck your chin to your chest. And then just take a few rounds of breath, move with your breath's rhythm. Move at a pace that feels good to you, but as you move at that pace, kind of notice what your energy level is at this morning. Are you feeling slow? Are you feeling like you want to go nice and fast? So that'll be totally up to you, just whatever pace works best for your energy this morning. Nice. Take one or two more cycles of breath, just depending on what pace you're going at. And then when you feel ready, find a nice neutral spine. And now we're going to come back to the head and the neck, but we're going to go super duper slow. So like 1 mile an hour, as slow as you can imagine up going. You're going to tuck your chin down to your chest. We're going to take the head in the full range of motion, but we're going to go as slow as we possibly can. So we're going to roll the head around, rolling up and back as well. So we don't usually go that full big circle, but we're going to go as long as we go nice and slow. So you're going to take your head in a slow motion circle, going full range of motion. Take your time. So for this one, even if your energy level was a little bit like revved up, ready to go, keep this movement nice and slow. Take one more circle around, going in this direction, slow as you can. And then as your chin tucks back down to your chest, as you hit that midpoint, to take a second to kind of wriggle out your shoulders. Notice if you've come across any stuff, and then find that nice uplifted spine again. And we're going to take those circles going in the other direction, slow as you can. You're going to stay away from the edge of pain. So if you hit any places where you discover pain, you're going to soften up around those places and not go into pain. Take one more time around. And then as your chin comes back down around towards the chest, just give your shoulders a little shimmy shake, let everything get loosened up a little bit, and then bring your head back to a neutral position. And now we're going to do that little double chin tuck. So we're going to pull the chin in and down. So we make that little micro double chin and then release. Pull the chin back and down, hold it for a moment, and then release. Pull the chin back and down, hold it for a moment, and then keep that chin back position and a light little tick-tock of the head side to side. So not a big range of motion, but we want to try to find that effort of keeping the chin back. Take one more little tick-tock of your head side to side, and then release your chin. Left hand's going to touch down, right hand's going to reach up. Take a nice big side bend. Awesome. Now we're going to keep the left hand down, lift back up, keep that left hand on the ground, drop your right ear over to your right shoulder as your spine finds a little bit of an alignment in the center. Drop your ear to your shoulder so we create that little bit of length through the side of the neck. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Head's going to return to center, right hand's going to touch down, left hand's going to reach up. Take a nice big side bend. Nice, and then right hand's gonna stay on the ground, lift out of that side bend and then drop your ear away from your shoulder. Beautiful, and then when you're ready, lift your head back to center. We're going right into easy seated forward fold. Walk your hands forward just as far as feels good to you and use this as a little quick assess. Notice how your knees are feeling this morning. Notice how your hips, your butt, your low back are feeling this morning. Go to a place that feels nice to you and then pause there for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath. Lovely. When you're ready, nice and easy, walk it back in. We're going to lean back into the sits bone so we can find our way into a deer seat or a zigzag seat. So we're going to zigzag our legs. One leg in front, one leg out to the side, and then we're going to take it back to some side bends, but in sort of that dynamic mermaid. So we're going to rock a little side to side. Awesome. Now the leg that's in front, the next time that hand touches down to the ground, now we're going to take it into some hip lifts. So the outer hand is going to sweep. We're going to press into the knees, lift the hips up, shoving that front pocket forward, get a little bit of length through the side front of the body, and then release yourself back down. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale and lift up, reach, press the hip forward, lower yourself down with control. 1 more time through here. Lift up. Beautiful. Lower yourself with control. And then we're going to lean back into the sits bones, swing your legs out in front of you, give your knees a little bop, give your toes a little wiggle. And then once you kind of worked out any stuff that might have been just caught up, swing it over to the other side. Find your deer seat or your zigzag seat. Get yourself nice and situated. And then once you're there, come back to those dynamic mermaids, just taking it side to side at a pace that feels good. Beautiful. Now the leg that's in front, the next time that hand touches down, we're going to take it into that big sweep. Lift the hips up, sweep the arm up, push that front pocket forward, and then release yourself back down with control. And then we'll do that 2 more times. Lift yourself up, release it back down. Awesome. 1 more time through. Lift yourself up. Beautiful. Release it down with control. Nice. And now swing those legs out in front of you. Nice big giant bend in the knees. We're going to take it right into a seated ragdoll. So big giant bend in the knees, a little space for the belly and the chest. Lift your belly up and over, reach down toward your toes, snuggle everything in, make some space for yourself, and then let your head soften. Take 3 nice big breaths here. When you feel ready, slowly and mindfully walk yourself back up. We're going to swing it around into a tabletop position. So spin your legs around, find your all fours, and then just check with your knees, check with your wrists. If you need to double cushion your mat or cushion your wrists, take a second to do it. And then once you're in that tabletop position, we're going to curl both sets of toes under and take it into that rock forward and back. But back to the heels, come back up to your tabletop. And then here, find a pace that works good for you. Beautiful. Now, the next time you pull your butt back to your heels, stay there, take an extra cycle of breath. Lift back up to table, release your toes. Right hand's going to reach up to the sky, and we're going to thread the hand through and underneath. So reach that right hand up, make a little space, and then thread that right hand through and underneath. Right ear, right shoulder to the ground. Play around with where you like your left hand to be. And then once you've got your left hand in a position that works good for your body, take 3 big breaths. Awesome. When you're ready, release your left hand down to the ground, press your way back up through tabletop position, and then we'll take it right to the other side. Left hand's going to reach up nice and high. Make some space, thread that hand through, left ear, left shoulder to the ground, and then play around with where you want your right hand to be. Once you've got your right hand in a happy position, take 3 nice deep breaths. Beautiful. Release that right hand from wherever it is. Press your way back up to your tabletop position. Move right into puppy pose. Keep your hips in line with your knees. Walk your hands towards the top edge of your mat. Let your chest and your forehead melt down. Take 3 big breaths here. Cool. When you're ready, bring it back into your tabletop position, but now we're going to take it into a crooked table. So right hand's going to stay upright, left elbow and forearm are going to come down. So we're just going to stabilize the upper part of the body. And then we're going to pick up the right knee, take the right knee, draw it in circles, go in one direction. Draw that knee in circles, go the other way. Beautiful. And then we're going to lift the foot up nice and high. Let the hip roll open so that right foot's going to fall over to the left. So we're going to open up through that right front pocket area. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Release back to your tabletop position. Step up onto that left hand and then take it right over to the other side. Right elbow and forearm down. Pick that left knee up. Draw your left knee in circles. Go in one direction. Draw your left knee in circles, go the other way. Pick that left knee up nice and high, let the foot fall to the right. Open up through that left front pocket area, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Nice. And then with control, release it back to your tabletop position, big toes together, knees to the outer edges of your mat. Move right back to extended child's pose. Pull your butt back to your heels, lower your belly, lower your chest, soften your forehead down, and take 3 big breaths here. Take a moment here before you move away from this place, kind of tune back in and notice your thought patterns and notice if there's any little thoughts running through your head, or if you've got that just little chatter that's going on in your mind. There's no right or wrong, but just notice here. And then when you're ready, lift up, keep the knees wide, swing the toes out to meet. Hands are gonna walk out to a wider position. We're gonna take it right into a wide downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, lift your hips up nice and high. And then just take a second here to just rearrange your feet as needed. So your hands, your feet feel good. Heart is melting towards the thighs. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. We're gonna walk our hands back towards our feet. So we're gonna walk ourselves towards the back end of our mat. Feet are in that nice wide position. Bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to standing. As you roll up, you're gonna pivot the toes out. So toes are gonna turn out to the left and to the right. Reach your arms up so we come through a 5-pointed star. Lift a little energy up the legs, up the side of your body, up through your fingertips, nice and bright here, and then sink right into a goddess squat. Sink your butt down. We're gonna reach back up to that 5-pointed star. Push into your feet, stretch your arms up, but pull energy upward, up through the fingertips, nice. And then bend your knees, sink back down into that goddess squat. Beautiful. Press into the feet, reach up, draw energy up through the fingertips, shine nice and bright. Beautiful. Sink into your squat. One more time, we're gonna come through that 5-pointed star. So lift up, but now we're gonna pivot the heels out. So toes and knees are gonna be pointing forward. Heels are probably out to the outer edges of your mat. Hinge from your waist. We're gonna come to this halfway point. So we're gonna take it into that halfway fold. Lovely, and then stay in that halfway fold. So legs are nice and strong, back is nice and strong. Pull the elbows into cactus or goalpost position. Reach your arms out, but keep everything else as stable as you can. Pull the elbows into cactus. Reach the arms out. One more here. Pull the elbows into cactus. Reach the arms out, soften your knees, float your hands down to the ground, walk your hands forward, walk your feet in, find a downward facing dog. Take one more breath. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a soft ragdoll at the top of your mat. If you like to do so, grab your elbows, let your elbows hang nice and heavy here. Take the time to allow this to dangle. So we want to soften through the muscles in the back of the body. Relax your head so that the crown of the head is dropping down towards the mat rather than the head being lifted or the back of the neck muscles being engaged. Take one more breath. Relax your fingers towards the ground. Stay in this folded position. We're going to walk the fingers over towards the right corner of the mat or right side of the mat. So we're going to get a little stretch through the left side of the body. Take a nice big breath. Walk through center over to the left side of your mat. Beautiful. Walk back to center, bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position. Take your time. Roll your shoulders around, down and back, and then just give yourself a second to get situated at the top of your mat. Get your clothes fixed up, rearrange yourself, and then find your mountain pose. Anchor down into your feet, lift up through the crown of your head, and then just kind of tune in and notice your forehead or your head posture. If there's a slight lean forward, which I often tend to have, especially when I'm looking down at my screen, to make sure you guys are there. So see for a second if you can just find a really nice head, heart, hips, and heels in alignment. So draw your head back just so, even if it feels a little bit awkward, see if you can find it. So head back, heart, hips, and heels in line. And then we're going to try to keep and maintain that nice structure of the posture, but lean forward. So it's kind of that Tin Man move from Wizard of Oz. So he just kind of moves forward just a little bit and then moves back just a little bit. So not to the point where you're going to fall, but catch yourself right before you feel like you're at that point. Lovely. One more time, forward and back. And now we're just going to find a nice neutral stance, and we're going to reach across and touch our earlobes. So one hand is going to reach across, touch your earlobe. Other hand is going to reach across and touch. On one side, I look a little funny because I'm reaching around past my microphone, but you touch in any place that feels accessible to you. Take one more time through each side. And then let your hands fall down at your sides. Find that mountain pose again. Root down into your feet. Reach up through the crown of your head. Nice. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold down to the ground. Inhale to a half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Grab that beach ball above your head. Exhale, sink into a light little chair. We're not going to stay there. Push right into your feet. Lift up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold down to the ground. Inhale to a half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Grab that beach ball above your head. Exhale, sink into a light little chair. Reach right back up. Bend your knees, hinge from your waist. Sweep your hands down to the ground. Inhale to a half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, reach up, grab that beach ball. Exhale, sink into your chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend your knees, sweep your hands down. Inhale to half forward fold, stay here. Walk your hands up to the crease of your hips. Push gently into the tops of your thighs, create a little bit of traction here. So as we push gently into the thighs, tailbone reaches towards the end of your mat, crown of your head reaches towards the wall or the wall in front of you. Take one more moment here. Beautiful. Soften your knees a little bit, push firm into your feet, rise up to a standing position, arms down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold, knees bent or straight, just whatever feels better to you. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step the right leg back, warrior two. Slide that foot back, turn the toes out, right hand is gonna pick you up. Get your legs nice and solid. So we want our legs to feel as strong as they can. And then we're gonna take that back hand like we're pulling a bow and arrow. So we're gonna pull that hand forward, clasp the hand, pull back with a little bit of strength, release your hand. Bring it forward, clasp the hand, pull it back, release your fingers. One more time through just like that. Bring the hand forward, clasp the hand, pull it back. As you release the fingers, drop right into peaceful warrior. Back hand touches down, front hand reaches up, look to the sky, take one big breath. And now we're gonna cartwheel the hands down to the ground. So spin your hands down, pivot your back heel, come through your runner's lunge, heart forward, look forward, take a big breath here. Beautiful. Plant your palms, step back to plank, lower your knees, lower gently down onto your belly. Hands alongside the shoulders. We're going to take it into some cobras, but we're going to add a little variation with our legs. So start with just a low cobra. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale to lower down. Now we're going to go heart and right leg. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your right leg. Exhale and lower down. Take it to the left leg. Inhale, lift your heart and your left leg. Exhale to lower down. Now we're going to go right leg, left hand. So left hand is going to slide forward, reach out, lift the left hand, lift the right leg. Beautiful. As you lower the leg, slide the hand in, switch to the other side. Left leg, right hand are going to reach out and lift. Lower down, slide the hand in. And now we're going to lift both hands, we're going to lift both legs. Hands are going to stay alongside the shoulders. So you're going to lift your toes, lift your heart into that low cobra position. Toes are lifted just as much as feels right to you, but a little bit of energy through the back of the body. Hold it for one more moment. Release your toes, soften your heart, push your way up into a tabletop position. Big toes together, knees together, come back to child's pose. Pull your butt back to your heels, slide your hands back, touch the soles of your feet. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. On your next inhale, slide your hands forward, float up into a tabletop position. Curl the toes under, exhale up to downward facing dog. Right leg up into three-legged dog, bend the knee, let the hip roll open, take one big breath. Beautiful, and then step that foot through to the top of your mat into a light runner's lunge, whatever looks good to you. And then when you're ready, step the other foot forward to meet, come to forward fold. Nice. Inhale to a half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, warrior two. Slide that foot back, turn the toes out. Left hand is gonna pick you up. Strengthen the legs, find that first. So make sure your legs feel good, strong, and solid. And then when you feel ready, back hand is gonna reach forward like you're pulling a bow and arrow. Clasp the hand, pull back, release your fingers. Bring the hand forward, clasp the hand, pull the hand back, and release. One more time through. Bring the hand forward, draw the fingers in, pull back with strength, release that hand into peaceful warrior. Left hand touches down, right hand reaches up, look to the sky. Beautiful. And then spin your hands down to the ground. Pivot your back heel, come to your runner's lunge, pause there. Heart forward, look forward, take a breath. Wonderful. Plant your palms, step back to plank. Lower down onto your belly with control. And now from here, we're going to take it into half locust. So we're going to take our fingertips, tuck them underneath those bony hip points. Once you've got your way there, chin to the ground or forehead to the ground, that's just whatever feels good to you. I often keep my head lifted because I'm looking at my screen. Give your heels a little wiggle, let your thigh bones kind of relax into the hip sockets. And then let that come to stillness. Pull the left toes away from you. Pull the right toes away from you. Create just that little bit of length, and now work with the right leg. Pull the right toes away from you down to the end of your mat. Lengthen as you lift that leg up. Come right to your edge and then pull the toes away from you. Lower that foot down. Beautiful. Once you touch down, right over to the left leg. Pull the left toes away from you. Lengthen as you lift up. Lengthen as you lower down. Once both toes touch down to the ground, give your heels just a soft shake. And now we're going to do both legs. So we're going to reach through the toes, pull the toes away from you. You might not get as much height. Don't worry about that. Lift both toes up and away from the ground, just as high as feels good. And then when you're ready, with control, release those toes back down. Lift your hip points, slide your hands out from underneath you. 3 low cobras here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale and lower down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower down. Beautiful. One more time through. Push your way up to a tabletop position. Curl the toes under. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Left leg is going to come up nice and high into 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. Let the hip roll open. Take one big breath. Awesome. And then step that foot through to the top of your mat, just as far as it likes to go. Come into whatever version of a lunge feels good, and then step the other foot up to meet. Come to a forward fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. And then pause here just for a moment in your mountain pose. Feel your feet connected to the ground. Feel that energetic lift up through the crown of your head. Take one more breath. And then we're going to take it into some memory squats. So one hand is going to reach across and grab an earlobe. The other hand is going to reach up and find whatever ear hold you can manage. So we're going to get a little crisscross of the arms. And then we're going to take it into some reverse breath squats. So feet are going to be about hip width distance apart. We're going to inhale as we lower down. Exhale as we rise up. Inhale as you lower down. Exhale as we rise up. So the arms crisscrossed across your body is making your brain work a little bit because it's crossing the midline of the body. And then the breath matters too. So we inhale, lower down, exhale to rise up. How far you go down in your squat, that's just whatever feels the most comfortable to you and your knees. Stay connected with that breath pattern. So we inhale and lower down, exhale to rise up. We've got about 5 more to go. One more time through. And then as you come up to standing, release your arms, close your eyes down in just a soft standing position. Notice your breath. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Beautiful. Open your eyes. Inhale, arms up, hands meet chest, lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right leg back, warrior two. Drop the heel down, turn the toes out, right hand picks you up. One bow and arrow pull. So we're going to take that back hand, bring it forward, clasp the hand, pull back right into peaceful warrior. Drop the back hand, reach the front hand up. Awesome. Cartwheel your hands down to the ground, pivot your back heel, come into your runner's lunge. Take a breath. Right hand's going to stay down on the ground, left hand's going to reach up for a little twist. And then bring that hand down, plant the palms, step back to plank. Pause in your plank just for a moment. Notice the strength in your body. Now we're going to take it into a side plank. So right knee is going to slide in. Once your knee is down onto the ground, we're going to pivot that right foot out. Walk your right hand in just slightly. Left hand's going to reach up to the sky. Think ribs lifting away from the ground. So we want to get this upward pulling sensation as if you're trying to pull everything up into the left hand. Take one more breath. Left hand's going to float down to the ground. Readjust your hands as needed. Slide that right leg back. Come through your plank. Bring your knees down. Lower down onto your belly. Fingertips are going to point in towards each other. Elbows wide. So we're going to take that fingertips in Cobra position. Inhale and lift your heart up as high as you like. Exhale to lower down. Readjust your hands. Power up to a plank or take it into tabletop. And then find your way up to down dog. Right leg up into three-legged dog. Bend the knee, let the hip roll open. Take one big breath. Step that right foot through to the top of your mat into your runner's lunge. Pause in your runner's lunge. Heart forward, look forward. Take a breath. Beautiful. Step that left foot up to meet. Come to forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees. Push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Hands meet chest, lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, warrior two. Turn the toes out. Left hand picks you up. Nice strong legs here. One bow and arrow pull. Take that left hand, bring it forward. Clasp the hand, pull back, release your hand, take it right into your peaceful warrior. Beautiful. And then spin your hands down to the ground, pivot your back heel so you come into runner's lunge. Left hand stays on the ground, right hand reaches up for a twist. Right hand down, plant your palms, step back to a plank, pause in your plank, find your strength. And now we're going to take it into that left knee down side plank. So left knee is going to slide in and down, swing that foot out, walk your left hand in, pivot around, find your side plank, bottom ribs lifting upward, reach up through that right hand. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring it back down and around, finding our way back into that plank position. So readjust your hands, slide that left leg back. Beautiful. When you're ready, bring their knees down, lower with control onto your belly, fingers in, elbows wide into that nice wide elbow cobra pose. Inhale, lift your heart up as high as you like. Exhale, lower down, slide your hands in line with the shoulders. Push your way up to a tabletop position. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Left leg up nice and high into three-legged dog. Bend the knee, let the hip roll open. Step that foot through to the top of your mat into a lunge. Step the right foot up to meet. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften all the way down. Press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. As we bring the hands to heart center, we're going to shift our weight onto our left foot. Turn the right knee out. Maybe you slide the foot up to the calf. Maybe you bring it up to the inner thigh. So find a tree pose variation that you like the best, even if that means the toe stays on the ground. Once you found your way there, focus on pressing between your palms. Keep your elbows wide and active. Lift up through the crown of your head. We got 2 more cycles of breath. Awesome. If your foot is on your inner thigh, help release it off. Set your feet down, take a second, shake out anything that you might need to. But then when you're ready, we're going to transfer our weight onto our right foot, turn the left knee out. You might choose to come up to the calf. If it feels like it's in your range of motion, you might bring it up to the inner thigh, or you keep the big toe on the ground. Once you've got the tree position you like, focus on that little press between the palms. One more cycle of breath. Beautiful. If that foot is on the inner thigh, help it come off. Set your feet down, take a second to just kind of bop out your knees, wiggle out your toes, shake out your shoulders. And then once you feel like you've kind of let all that go, take a nice big breath, reach up, look to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold down to the ground. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step both feet back to downward facing dog. We're going to take 2 high side planks. So if you like a supported version, you're just going to bring a knee down or come down onto elbows and forearms, but start by bringing your shoulders in line with your wrists. And then we're going to walk the left hand in, rotate the body. Right hand's going to reach up to the sky. Ribs are lifting upward. Take one big breath. Right hand's going to come down to the ground. Reposition yourself into your plank. Knees down, readjust whatever you need to. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that right over to the other side. So right hand's going to walk in, pivot your feet, lift your side body upward towards the ceiling. Awesome. Bring that left hand back down and around. Find your plank position. Bring it right back up to your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, we're going to pick up the heels, lower the knees, come to tabletop position. Take 3 cat-cows here. Drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Round your back, tuck your chin into your chest. You choose a breath pattern that works best for you. Once you've completed those cycles of breath, we're going to find a neutral spine. Swing your legs out to one side or crisscross your ankles, whichever way gets you there, but sit yourself back on your butt. But now we're going to take the legs nice and wide. So find a nice wide position with the legs, a nice tall upright spine, pinky toes pulling back just slightly so we keep the inner thighs nice and engaged. Once you've got your legs in a good position, walk yourself forward, one nice big step. So we're going to still keep that nice long lifted spine. Pause in that sort of semi-folded position. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. On your next inhale, walk your hands forward just one more step. Reach out through the crown of your head. Take a nice big breath. Walk your hands forward one more step if you can go. Beautiful. And then with control, walk your hands back up and in, grab the backs of your knees, bend your knees, help your legs come together. We're going to come down onto the ground. So roll your way down in any way that feels like a good controlled motion for you. Once you've found your way down, we're going to walk the feet into our halfway bridge position. So hands down alongside the hips, feet about hip width distance apart. Exhale, lift up into that halfway bridge. So we want to think about keeping the backs of the ribs sort of anchored down into the ground. Now, once you're in that halfway bridge, imagine you're reaching your knees toward your toes. Create that little bit of sense of length through the front of the thighs and through that front pocket area. And then when you're ready, lower your hips down with control, right into Recline Butterfly. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. One more inhalation. As you exhale, bring your legs together, knees together, toes together. Push your knees in towards each other. So that nice active push. Hold that action for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your feet to hip width distance apart. Exhale up to that halfway bridge. Hold that halfway bridge for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down. We're going to slide the right leg out to the end of the mat. Left knee is going to stay bent. We're going to keep a light little flex in that right foot. And then we're going to lift the leg up so that the knee is in line with the other knee. Lower that leg back down with control. Lift the leg up so the knee is in line with the knee. Lower that leg with control. One more time, just like that. Lift the knee up. Lower it down with control. And now we're going to take it like a big bicycle ride. So we're going to pull the knee into the chest, extend it up towards the ceiling. Here, a point of the toe might feel like a better way to go. Pull the knee into the chest, point the toe up towards the ceiling, lengthen nice and long. One more time through, knee to the chest, reach up towards the ceiling, reach that foot nice and long, and then slide that foot in, switching over to the other side. So right knee is going to be bent, left leg is going to reach down, flex the foot, keep the left leg nice and active, lift the left leg up to knee height, lower it with control. Lift it up to knee height, lower it with control. Beautiful, lift it up to knee height, lower it with control, point the toe, slide that knee in towards the chest and that big bicycle maneuver. Reach the toe up towards the ceiling, reach that foot nice and long to the end of your mat. Bend that knee, pull it into the chest, extend it up to the ceiling, reach it nice and long. One more time here. Bend the knee, pull it towards the chest, extend it up towards the ceiling, reach it nice and long, slide that foot in, soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. Back to that reclined butterfly position. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. See how your legs feel in this position. If you need to make any readjustments, do that. And then when you're ready, we're going to take it into some crunches. So we're going to reach our hands in front of our chest like we're holding it onto a beach ball. Exhale, we're going to curl up the head, neck, and chest. Inhale and release back down. Exhale, curl up the head, neck, and chest. Inhale, release back down. See if you can find a little bit of focus here. Imagine you're pulling your abdominal muscles down towards your spine. Inhale to release. 2 more to go. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, release. Lovely. Last one here. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, release. Arms are going to come down, so we bend the elbows, and we're going to use our elbows for a little bit of leverage. Push gently into the soles of the feet. So we're going to keep a nice active position with the legs, and now we're going to take it into some butterfly hip bridges. So exhale, lift your hips up away from the ground. Inhale, release back down with control. Exhale and lift up. Inhale to release. Lovely. 3 more to go. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, release. 2 more times through. Nice. And then when you've completed that last one, bring the knees together, thighs together, toes together. Push your knees in towards each other. Nice active position. So super strong. Knees are pushing in towards each other. You might feel the inner thighs kick on. You might feel your outer thighs kick on. And if you're not sure if you're there, bring your hands to the inner thigh point and just press in gently with your fingers. Feel those muscles nice and active. Feel those outer thighs nice and active. Still holding that position. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then step your feet to hip width distance apart, back to that halfway bridge. Exhale, lift your hips up. Hold it there. Imagine you're reaching your knees toward your toes. Backs of the ribs are staying anchored. Shoulder heads are staying anchored. Take one more moment. And then as you lower down, right leg is going to come across the left right into a figure 4 position. Lift the left leg up. Thread your hands through, grab the back of the thigh or the top of the shin into whatever handhold works good for you. And then just take a moment here to find a little space for yourself. Soften your belly, soften your shoulders. Two more cycles of breath. Nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to release, but take it right into supine twist. So you're going to extend the left leg long, take the right knee over and across the body, open up into your supine twist. Right arm opens wide, maybe your head turns to the right. Once you've found your twist, take 3 nice big breaths. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, pull the right knee into your chest. As you reset your right foot down, left leg is going to float and kick over, finding your figure four position, and then lift the right leg up, thread your hands through, find the hand hold that works good for you, and then bring it in and create a little space for yourself here. So soften your abdomen, relax your shoulders. Take 2 more cycles of breath. And then when you feel ready, we're going to release right into supine twist. So right leg is going to float down towards the end of your mat as you bend that left knee over and across the body. Left arm opens wide, head turns to the left if that feels good. And then once you found your twist, take 3 nice big breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, pull the left knee into your chest, bring the right knee into meet. Both knees are going to hug in, and then you're just going to get whatever handhold works good for you. Readjust your shoulder blades, wiggle out your tail, any little bit of wiggly movement that feels good. And then once you've got a good handhold and you've got a little squeeze, and that might mean making some space for yourself. So you find a variation of this shape that feels appropriate to you and you can breathe comfortably in. And then once you're there, take 3 nice deep breaths. Now we're going to find a little strength here as we release. So you might notice that your hands are helping keep this little compressed shape. Can you engage your muscles, whatever muscles you need to engage, to hold and maintain those knees as tight to your chest as they are right now, and then release your hands. So can you hold that shape, release your hands? So now you might have felt your hip flexor muscles, those hip crease muscles kick on. You might have felt some muscles at the tops of your thighs kick on. You may have even felt some muscles in the low back kick on. Were you able to maintain that shape? There's no right or wrong if you didn't. But when you feel ready, soften those muscles, float your feet down, toe heel your feet out just a little bit so you find a wide position with the legs, and then just take some gentle windshield wipers just to kind of soothe out that front pocket area, let you find some soothing in the low back. And as you start to find this gentle movement here, ask yourself where would be your best Shavasana. Would it feel good to come to constructive rest? Would it feel good to take a reclined cobbler's pose? Or would it feel good to take that more traditional shape, or maybe even roll to one side or flip over onto your belly? So once you have a sense of where you want to go from here, take your time as you start to find your way to your Shavasana. Taking a moment right before you fall into that deep settling place to just see where your mind is at, and allow this Shavasana to be that time where your mind and your body come back together and just sort of incorporate all the work that you've just done. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you like. But if you're feeling ready to do so, maybe start to gently reawaken your body. Invite some gentle movements in, maybe a slightly deeper breath. And then reposition your legs in whatever way works good for you, but we want to be able to find just a handhold on the front of our hips or that front pocket area. So arrange your legs in whatever way works good for you, but then we're going to fire up our palms. We're going to get the palms nice and warm, create a little bit of warmth energy between those palms. And then once you feel like your palms are nice and warm, we're just going to rest them gently right on those front hip points. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Awesome. And then in your own time and in your own way, find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Come up to whatever seat works good for your body, but we are going to take our glasses off again. So just position yourself so that you can place your glasses somewhere safe if you're wearing glasses. And if you are, take them off, place them somewhere safe, and then we're going to fire up our palms again. So we're going to get our palms nice and good and hot. Once you feel like your palms are nice and good and hot, we're going to rest the heels of our hands into our eyes, bow your head down, take 3 nice deep breaths here. Keeping your eyes closed down if you can as you release your heels of your hands from your eyes, stack your hands on top of your heart, keep your head bowed towards your heart. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and the time that you take to take care of yourself. Breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with everyone you see. And when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy Thursday. You guys are amazing.